Hey everyone, welcome to our Black Beacon tier list breakdown, where we're diving into the best characters this epic game has to offer. We've ranked every unit from 5-star to 4-star rarity, and we're even breaking it down by their element types. If you've been wondering which characters are worth your time or your hard-earned resources, you're in the right place. In this video, we'll cover everything you need to know about the standout stars and hidden gems in the game, from powerful fire wielders to those icy strategists who can freeze the battlefield. We'll share our top picks and why we love them. So grab your popcorn, sit back, and let's jump into the ultimate guide to building your dream team in Black Beacon. I'm quickly moving on to the video, and I'm ranking characters in Black Beacon. Before we start, if you enjoy these types of tier list videos, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Enjoy watching.
My friends, only 0.1% of viewers subscribe. If you like this type of content, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you in advance for your support.
The characters in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Shamash. Shamash, our favorite walking embodiment of the law, and let's face it, probably the most intimidating babysitter you'll ever meet. He's got that whole "I'm the sun, your secrets will melt under my gaze" vibe going on. Carrying around a stone tablet and unbreakable shackles, yes, even he can't ditch them. He's like a mythological judge who moonlights as a bouncer. The man doesn't speak much, but honestly, would you want him to? Every word he says might as well be carved into stone, literally. Now, don't get me wrong, Shamash isn't bad. He's got this cool stoic thing going for him, and his presence alone could make even the most confident characters spill their darkest secrets. But when you put him up against some of the heavy hitters in Black Beacon, you start to see why he's hanging out in the C tier. He's resolute, decisive, and full of self-belief, but self-belief only gets you so far when your abilities don't quite shine as brightly as the sun you're supposed to represent. He's like the kid in the group project who has great ideas but doesn't do the heavy lifting. So, if you're looking to build a squad, Shamash might not be your MVP. But hey, if you need someone to keep the team in check and look cool doing it, he's your guy. Plus, who wouldn't want a guardian of law on their side? Just, don't expect him to solo the final boss or anything. The characters in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Enki and Ninar. The Library of Babel, what a mysterious place. It's like the ultimate do not disturb sign for the brilliant minds of Black Beacon. And speaking of brilliance, let's talk about Enki and Ninar, two characters who practically breathe intellect. They're B tier, sure, but that's not because they're bad. Oh no, it's more like they're amazing in theory, but meh in practice. Let me explain. First up, Enki. Imagine being the youngest director in the history of the Imean. That's already a flex, right? But Enki doesn't just stop there. He's an inventor, and not just any inventor. We're talking genius who probably figured out how to toast bread with a laser level of inventing, yet somehow he's totally unimpressed by, well, everything. The mundane world? Boring. Fans of his work? Meh. This guy left it all behind to hang out in the Library of Babel chasing his next big idea. Admirable? Yes. Relatable? Not exactly. Now, let's shift to his sister, Ninar. If Enki's the genius inventor, Ninar's the Sherlock Holmes of antiquities restoration. She's the type who can look at a shattered artifact and tell you its entire history, probably even what the guy who broke it had for lunch, but don't expect her to get excited about small talk or, normal life. She's got mysteries to solve, ancient riddles to crack, and no patience for the mundane. Her one soft spot, Enki. You've got to love a sibling duo who can bicker over library seating arrangements while solving the universe's greatest mysteries. But here's the thing, while their backstories are packed with intrigue, their in-game execution, it leaves you wanting more. Enki's got these brilliant inventions, but they don't hit as hard as you'd hope in a fight. And Ninar's knowledge? It's amazing, but when the chips are down, you're like, okay, but can we see some action? They're the kind of characters you root for in cutscenes, but maybe bench when the big battles roll around. So yeah, Enki and Ninar are quintessential B tier, incredible lore, solid potential, but they don't quite bring the firepower to dominate the battlefield. Still, they're the heart and soul of Black Beacon's narrative depth, and honestly, we'd be lost without them. Plus, who else is going to catalog the Library of Babel? Definitely not us mortals. The characters in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Zero and Ashe. Oh, you thought you had your dream team set in Black Beacon, didn't you? Well, think again, because today we're diving into the A tier characters, those absolute gems that might not have the godlike status of the S tiers, but will still carry your team to victory with finesse. If you're tired of following the herd and want alternatives that actually make you look like you know what you're doing, you're in the right place. Let's talk about Zero and Ashe. Trust me, these two are worth the hype. First up, we've got Zero. She's not just your average guardian, she's the keeper of the Library of Babel, and her vibe is mystique personified. With her golden 8-petal flower tucked behind her ear, Zero radiates an air of wisdom and calm that somehow makes you feel both safe and slightly uneasy, like she knows everything about you. She doesn't bother with petty matters, and why would she? The teachings of Cosmos and the library are her life's work. On the battlefield, this taciturn powerhouse can tank damage like nobody's business while dishing out calculated strikes. Pair her with a high damage character and you'll have a combo that feels as inevitable as the sunrise. Now, let's talk about Ashe, because honestly, who doesn't love an underdog turned powerhouse story? Imagine being the youngest butler in the Florence family's history and having to prove yourself to a crowd of doubters. Ashe didn't just rise to the occasion, she obliterated their expectations. Don't let her mild demeanor fool you. Beneath that polite exterior lies a tactical genius who can intimidate even the most seasoned veterans. Whether she's buffing your team or outsmarting opponents with her strategic finesse, Ashe has this rare blend of charm and lethality that makes her invaluable. She's like the ultimate utility character, and she'll have you wondering how you ever played without her. The beauty of these A tiers is how versatile they are. They aren't just budget S tiers as some players might say. No, these are characters that stand out in their own right. Zero's calm yet commanding presence brings balance to chaotic battles, while Ashe's sharp mind and unwavering loyalty make her a perfect support or leader. Together or separately, they bring a layer of depth to your roster that's impossible to ignore. If you're someone who likes a bit of flair and strategy, these two are your best bet. So, the next time you're scrolling through your character list wondering who to invest in, don't overlook these A tier treasures. Zero and Ashe prove that you don't need to be an S tier to shine, you just need the right skills and a little bit of attitude. And honestly, isn't it more fun to win with style anyway? The characters in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Ashe, Florence, Nana, and Viola. Alright, buckle up everyone, because it's time to talk about the creme de la creme of Black Beacon, the S tier characters. These are the absolute game changers, the ones you need in your lineup if you want to dominate. Trust me, once you see what these legends bring to the table, you'll be doing everything you can to recruit them. Let's dive in, shall we? First up, let's talk about Ashe, the prodigy turned rebel. This is a character with a backstory as dramatic as a season finale. Imagine being the heir to the Babel Library dynasty, only to have it all ripped away by your own grandmother. Ouch, right? But instead of crumbling, Ashe flips the script. She's now charting her own path, and boy, does it show. With her fierce determination and razor-sharp intellect, she's a powerhouse who can turn the tide of any battle. You'll love her grit, and maybe her grudge, because it makes her stronger every step of the way. Now, let's pivot to Florence, and let me tell you, she's what happens when brains meet bank accounts. Florence isn't just young and talented, she's the youngest cardinal in Japheth's history. Oh, and did I mention she's also a duchess, a banking mogul, and an honorary dean? Yeah, Florence is basically living proof that some people really do have it all. She's the ultimate strategist, balancing power, influence, and intellect like it's a symphony. When she's on your team, you're not just playing the game, you're orchestrating a masterpiece. Moving along, we have Nana, the glue that holds Emayan together. Picture the cool older sibling who always has your back. Now add centuries of wisdom and a dash of mystery. Nana might look youthful, but don't let that fool you. She's seen more moons than anyone else in the guild. She's the steady hand in chaos, the mentor everyone leans on. Whether it's guiding younger members or stepping in to save the day, Nana does it all with grace. And let's be honest, who doesn't love a character who feels like the heart of the team? And then there's Viola, the enigma wrapped in elegance. She's a musician, yes, but her melodies aren't just tunes. They're weapons of mass misfortune. That sealed viola she carries? It's not just for show. Viola's music has a haunting beauty that leaves enemies scrambling and allies in awe. She's the epitome of sophistication, with just a hint of melancholy that makes her even more intriguing. But don't mistake her sadness for weakness. It's what fuels her artistry and makes her performances unforgettable, both on and off the battlefield. So, what makes these S-tier characters so special? It's not just their stats or abilities, it's their stories, their personalities, and the way they bring the world of Black Beacon to life. They're not just characters, they're legends in the making, and each one adds a unique flavor to the game. Whether you're drawn to Erashan's defiance, Florence's ambition, Nana's wisdom, or Viola's mystique, there's an S-tier star for everyone. But here's the thing, having one of these characters isn't just a bonus, it's a priority. They don't just elevate your team, they redefine what's possible. If you're serious about climbing the ranks in Black Beacon, you need at least one of these legends in your corner. Trust me, they're worth every ounce of effort it takes to unlock them. And honestly, isn't that the beauty of this game? It's not just about stats or rankings, it's about finding characters who resonate with you, who make you want to dive deeper into the lore and keep pushing forward. The S-tier characters embody that perfectly. They're the heart and soul of Black Beacon. So, who's your favorite? Is it Erashan, Florence, Nana, or Viola? Or are you like me and can't possibly choose? Let me know in the comments, and as always, good luck out there in Black Beacon. The video ends here. See you in another video. Don't forget to subscribe.